Alright, revocation offenses. Operating rules, alcohol, drug compliance, revocation periods, FRA violation, prohibited conduct, revocation of certification. Engineer Certification Reference Guide, Federal Railroad Administration, revised August 2000. Revocation of offenses, operating rules, alcohol, drug compliance, revocation periods, FRA violation, prohibited conduct, revocation of certification. Note, this is a continuation certification evaluation tabs regarding prior safety conduct, operating rules, compliance, alcohol, drug compliance. This tabs also address periods of ineligibility, revocation periods, prohibited conduct, FRA violation, certification, revocation process. Revocation offensive of the operating rules and compliance, alcohol, drug compliance are often referred to as cardinal sins of the locomotive of the engineer that detained with the 241-17 offensive of which the locomotive may be decertified. For safety conduct, operating rules, compliance, certification may be revoked if the following person fails to comply: certified engineer, designated supervisor, locomotive engineer, monitoring pilot, instruction, except during the efficiency test, certified locomotive engineering pilot, instructor, engineer. Criteria: consider the operating rule complying with the data of the person demonstrated with the failure to comply described in the 241-17 with the rules of railroads with the safety operation train shall not currently be certified with the locomotive engineer, certified engineer who has demonstrated with the failure to comply with the described in 241-17E. The railroads and practices with the safety operation train shall have his or her certification revoked. The designated supervisor, locomotive engineer, certified engineer, pilot with the instructor, engineer with the monitoring pilot with the instruction of locomotive engineer failed to take appropriate action to prevent violation of 241-17E shall have his or her certification revoked. Appropriate action does not mean the supervisor, pilot, instructor must prevent violation occurring at all costs. For the duty may warning an engineer with the potential of the foreseeable violation. Designated supervisor, locomotive engineer will not be culpable under the 241-17 with the monitoring event with the conduct of this part of the railroad operational compliance tests. Find 217.9 and 243.03. See page 29 application tab. Prior safety conduct operation rule compliance. Designated supervisor, locomotive certificate may be revoked if it fails to take an appropriate action to prevent 241-17E. For example, the engineer does not prepare the stop after the passing and an approaching signal. Example, the engineer is speeding or warning. Preamble to 1998 with the proposed rule state with the threshold is meet with the revocation of designated supervisor, locomotive engineering certificate include with the designated supervisor, locomotive monitoring the engineer while doing the designated supervisor, locomotive engineer fails to take appropriate action to prevent a violation of 241-17E. For example, the designated supervisor, locomotive engineer monitoring the engine while doing so, the trains encounters the properly displayed approach signal and the engineer not taking effective action to stop the next signal. The designated supervisor, locomotive engineer must take an appropriate action. Another example would be supervisor warning an engineer that the training speed of the engineer is dangerously causing a revocable event with the operating of the train and speeding exceeding 10 miles an hour over the maximum authorized speed. Appropriate action does not mean for the designated supervisor, locomotive to prevent the violation occurring at all costs. The duty must be met with a warning of the engineer potential for the foreseeable violation. Similar to the way the rule treats student with the instructor, engineer with the decision to revoke with the designated supervisor, locomotive engineer certification must be made with a case-to-case basis depending on the facts of the particular situation. If a road foreman or engines who is the designated supervisor, locomotive engineer is writing to the train evaluate the performance of a new locomotive, his or her certification will not be in jeopardy if failure to take an appropriate action. Prior safety conduct operating rule compliance, the conductor who is certified with the engineer may not have his engineer certificate revoked for actions of the engineer except for the alcohol and drug offenses. The person who is certified locomotive engineer must be called by the railroad to perform the duty of the train crew other than the locomotive engineer is performing such for the other duties shall not have his certification revoked based on the actions taken or not taken by while performing that duty. Prior safety conduct operating rule compliance, railroads should consider the appropriate operating rules complying with data only described in 214-117 E1 through E5 of the curb within a period of 3 years of the determination. Limitation with the generalization prior operating rule compliance. Exception provided in 241-17 of the determining whether the person remains certified with the locomotive engineer. Railroad shall consider the operating compliant with the data constructed conducted described in 241-17E1 through E5 of the curve with a period of 36 months prior to the determination review of the existing certification and include with the promptly upon the occurrence of the documentation only described in 241-17. In order to make the determination involved with the prior to conduct with the railroad worker, railroad shall have on-file documents pertaining with the determinations of the 241-17. Signals failure to comply with the locomotive train in accordance with the signal indication including a hard hand or radio signal, including a switch required for the complete stop before passing it. Applies both active stop sign, wayside, automatic block signal, cab signal, and indication passive stop signal with stop boards, flags, fuses, banners, or gates. Signals, those shall have only considered violation of the operating rule practice if they involve the failure control of the locomotive train in accordance with the signal with indication, including with a hand or radio signal indication with a switch that require the complete stop of the habit of passing it. This word will arrive at the interim final rule. Previously, the word failure to locomotive train in accordance with the signal indication revised again for the 1999 final rule to exclude with a hand radio signal indication switch, target, or derail. The interim final rule, Federal Register, Volume 58, the number 67, page 1899-2 of the preamble states, this will eliminate confusion on the web with the failure to respond signal that requires special speed reduction certification consequent under the section FRA and term of the section to apply with a both active stop signal with a wayside automatic cab signal, indication passive stop signal, stop board flags, gate technical bulletin, up 9733, further shape of the FRA view for the unintended fuse of the banner for the operational test and or the functional equivalent of the flag passing unintended fuses under circumstances which require student stop, which should be considered a violation of 241.17E1. Signals if the individual operating rule control of the device unless if the deemed signal indication, if the RFR view of the mandatory directive of command with the railroad dragging with equipment detector message, if the clearly visible the flagging device with both lighted and unlighted will be encompassed within the word signal indication of the interim final rule file will register volume 58 with the number 67 on page 1899 6 preamble states the FRA intended for the individual railroad operating rule practice with which control of the device the message would be deemed signal indicated the FRA did not intend with the limit the term of the wayside signal of the subject of the FRA signal and training control regulation to make an expansive view of the FRA view of the mandatory directive command communicated radio and dragging equipment detector passages or messages clearly visible flagging devices both lit and unlit will be encompassed within the signal indication. Note, derail switches and switch targets are not normally considered to be signals if the engineer moves the locomotive with the blue signal displayed at the control of the not decertified event. It is not a certifiable event because it does not require a stop before passing. However, if the engineer passes the display blue signal and switch, it is a decertifiable event. Train speed. Exceeding a maximum authorized limit at least 10 miles an hour. Restricted speed considered only the violation conditional with the clause of the topping at one half of the range of the vision with a reportable accident incident of the train speed. A railroad shall only consider violation operating rule of the practice of the involved with the failure to achieve the limitation concerned with the train speed with the speed of the training with the exceed the maximum authorized limit at least 10 miles an hour with the restricted speed of the effective of the railroad shall consider these violation of the conditional clause with the restricted speed clause with the required stopping with the one half of the locomotive engineer's range of vision operational equivalent thereof, which will cover the reportable accident of the incident of the part 225 of the chapter and incident of the failure to adhere to the section. The wording will revive the interim final rule. Previous wording with failure to adhere to limitation of the concerning train speed. It was revised again in the 1990 final rule to eliminate one or more by one half of the authorized speed, which is less than the limit, and clarify what the restricted speed is in effect. No examples of some of the speed rules which are of the operational equivalent restricted speed that includes those called yard speeds or reduced speed, caution speed, controlled speeds, or other maintained track speeds. Train speed. If the engineer does not comply with the speed restrictions for a ditch light with the end of the train device and route failure, can he show be decertified? Question is, if the engineer does not comply with the speed restriction with the ditch light for the end of the train en route failures, can he be decertified? Yes. The engineer exceeded the speed restriction of at least 10 miles an hour. Engineer prohibited operating faster than 20 miles an hour over the public crossing with the ditch lights will have failed. Under these conditions, operating over the crossing of the 30 miles an hour or more would result with a certificate of revocation. Note the end of the train front of the rear route with the failure of the no-com. The engineer is prohibited of the operating above 30 miles an hour. Under these conditions, the operating of 40 miles an hour or more would result with a certificate of revocation. One of the most railroad engineers cannot wait the 16 minutes and 30 seconds before taking action. The seconds have already timed out before the engineer will go with the no-com reading. Check with the railroad special instructions and make sure that they convey this information regarding the no-com end of the train front to rear failures. Use safe use of the train or engine brakes failure to adhere with the procedure for the safety of the train engineering procedure for the required with the complying with the initial terminal and intermediate terminal transfer training the yard testing provision of the Cert 232. Also for a class 1, 1A, 2 and running brake test part of 238. Safe use of the train and engine brake for the rail shall also only consider violation of the operating rule practices involved with the adhere with the procedure for the safety of the train and engine brakes for the procedure for the required with complying with the initial terminal and intermediate terminal transfer training yard test provisions part 232 with the procedure for the required with the compliance for the class 1, 1A, class 2 running brake test of the part 238. Refer to the passenger equipment safety standard for the new final rule of the part 238 with the class 1 brake test for 238, 313. Class 1A brake test for the 238-315. Class 2 brake test for the 238-317. And running brake test for the 238-319. When the words revised with the interim final rule, previous wording failure to adhere with the procedure for the safety using of the train engine brakes. It was clarified again in 1999. Final rule also addressed in Part 238. Occupying main track. Occupying the main track or a segment of the main track without proper authority or permission. Main track meaning for the track upon with the operation train of the governed one or more of the following methods for the operation timetable, mandatory directive, single indication, any form of absolute manual block system. Occupying main track. A railroad shall only consider the violation of the operating rule of the proactive that involve the occupying the main track with a segment of the main track without proper authority or the permission of the word to revive with the interim final rule of the reader's word with the entering of the train segment without proper authority will revive again in 1999 final rule of the menu of the segment of the main track with the end of the permission definition of the main track meaning with the track upon with the operation of the train with the governor one or more of the following method of the operation timetable, the mandatory directive, a single indication, any of the form of the absolute manual block system. No, but the crew has a stop and flag protected grade crossing under order, and they operate through it. The engineer could be decertified for occupying the main track without authority. Or tampering with a locomotive safety device, failure to comply with the prohibition against safety of the locomotive with a mounted safety device, not only operating permitting to operate with the train with the then authorized disabled safety device of the controlling locomotive. Tampering with a locomotive safety device, a railroad shall only consider the violation of operating rule of the practice involved with the failure to comply with the prohibition against the tampering of the locomotive with the mounted safety device, knowingly operating permitting of the operated train with the authorized to disable the safety device and with the controlling locomotive. See Part 218, Part D, Appendix C, Part 218, 218, 53, disable the meaning of the unlawful render device incapable of the proper effect of the action, materially impaired with the function of that device. 218, 53, safety device means any locomotive mounted equipment that you either to assure the locomotive operator is alert, not with the physically incapacitated, aware of complying with the indication with the signal system, the operational control system that record data with the concern, the operation of the locomotive of the train is powering. See Appendix B with the Part 218 with the statement of the agency policy on the subject. Tampering with the locomotive safety device event records alert of the dead man control of the automatic cab signal, the cab signal whistle, the automatic train stop and control equipment. Per Appendix C, Part 218 with the regulation apply with a variety of the device that include equipment known if the event records alert of the dead man control of the automatic cab signal, the cab signal whistles, the automatic train stop equipment, the automatic train control equipment. If rated does not consider the following equipment to be covered, the radio monitor end of the train device, bell whistle for the not connected to the alert, dead man pedal for the signal system device, the fans for the controlling interior temperature for the locomotive, the cabs, locomotive, the performance monitoring devices. Those they record such as if the train speed with the air brake operations. Tampering subsequent operative FRA will limit the enforcement actions to situations where individuals clearly have knowledge of the disabled service and intentionally operated the train. Nevertheless, knowingly operating and permitting with the operated train with any unauthorized disabled safety device for the controlling locomotive. The new language refer to the instance of the one individual tampered with the safety device. Subsequent operator knowingly operated with the train with the permits for the operator. Nevertheless, subsequent operator could be with culpable if they are due to their failure with the exercise of the reasonable care that failed to determine the safety device was not functioning. Whereas a certain if the device was not functioning, still elected to operate the train, the FRA will limit its enforcement actions to where the individuals actually had knowledge of the disabled device, intentionally operated with the train without withstanding with the knowledge. Actual subject knowledge need to be demonstrated will show the objective of the alleged violator must know the facts of the basis of the reasonable interference drawn from the circumstance. For example, the reasonable to interfere with the person know that something plainly inside of the locomotive he is operating. Appendix C, Part 218. Multiple events during the same duty tour, and if one or more of the operating rules is violated in a single incident with is treated as a single violation. However, the possible for the brand engineer to involve more than one single incident during the tour of the duty if these incidents are separated by time and a distance and circumstances. Alright, if a single incident with a person conducted with a contravened with more than one operating rule and practice with the event shall be treated as a single violation pursuant to the purpose of 241 of the of a single entity with unique and identified with the occurrence of the cause by the operator error of the engineer. However, the possible for the engineer to be involved with more than one single incident during a tour of duty if these incidents are separated by the time and the distance circumstance out 97 to 36. Example, the engineer operating train overlooks a 45-mile-an-hour speed restriction with a car that's trained with operating at 60. He repeatedly accelerates to 60 this single incident. Example, say two same fact as one assumes the engineer passes signal recording stop at an intermediate point and passing the single signal incident, yes. If the thing therefore is subject to the two certification proceedings, one for the success speed for the one for passing the signal, yes. Alcohol drug compliance 240-117E. Sick with the incident for the non-compliance with the 219-101 alcohol drug use and prohibition. Use of possession alcohol and drugs under the influence of impaired by the alcohol and drugs. For alcohol 0.04 or more alcohol concentration, use of alcohol within 4 hours. Reporting after receiving the notice to report whatever is less. Alcohol drug compliance. All railroad shall only consider violation of the operating rule of the practice involved the incident non-compliant with the 219. However, such incident shall be considered the violation only purpose of the paragraph G2 of the G3 241 note that 241 G2 and G3 refer to the period of an ineligible person currently certified. See next page of the note. Only federal tests are considered decertification. Purpose of the non-company policy alcohol drug test. No, see paragraph 3 certification evaluation tab for further information on alcohol drug compliance. Alright, periods of ineligibility.